Some records in golf aren't just old, they're untouchable. And even today, they've ignited a quiet storm across the sport. Behind the polite statements and soft commentary lies a deeper truth players won't say out loud. Today, I'll break down the story behind the records that may stay unbroken forever. Golden Summit. Jack Nicklaus's 18 majors tower over golf like a summit no generation has managed to climb. The number isn't just a statistic, it's mythology. Kids recite it before they can hold a club. Tiger chased it with the force of a cultural movement. Rory admired it like a distant planet. Everyone else simply learned to live in its shadow.
Here it comes, and he's made it. He's made it. He's going through the green.
Jack didn't collect those majors in a single era. He conquered three. Late 60s, 70s, deep into the 80s, across polyester wardrobes, changing grips, rising rivals, and courses constantly redesigned to slow him down. He went from persimmon to the dawn of metal woods, adjusted to lengthened layouts, and navigated evolving architecture as if the sport was aging slower than he was. His dominance wasn't just skill, it was an ongoing negotiation with time. Modern players didn't just chase his record, they carried the anxiety of it. When Tiger declared his intention to catch Nicklaus, every major became a countdown. Every leaderboard became a reminder. The psychological weight froze the number in place. The closer Tiger came, the heavier the summit felt. Meanwhile, Jack's approach turned into its own legend. With no launch monitors, no data teams, no algorithmic prep, he managed courses with little more than instinct and ice-cold decision-making. His wins spanned every style of setup, proving adaptability was part of the secret. Today, players chase different goals: bonuses, balance, longevity, team wins. The 18 major blueprint barely exists anymore. And that's why Jack's record stands untouched, carved into the sport like stone, admired, feared, and most of all, unmoved. Warped season. Byron Nelson's 1945 season doesn't look like something that happened in reality. It reads like a cheat code accidentally left on. 18 wins, 11 in a row. The stats float in golf history like a glitch the universe forgot to patch.
Lord Byron takes extra care and sinks this one to win the match. With this win, Nelson now has won 9 tournaments in a row. The greatest golfer in the world today, Byron Nelson.
The reason this record will never fall is simple. The conditions that produced it vanished decades ago. Post-World War II golf existed in a strange in-between space. Schedules were uneven, travel was inconsistent, and field sizes fluctuated wildly. Nelson played an enormous number of events, far more than any top player today would even consider. And through all that unpredictability, he was untouchable. Players from the era described his form as trance-like. Nelson said his swing ran on autopilot, as if his body had taken over. During a 150-day window from March to August, he won 11 consecutive tournaments, including the PGA Championship. That alone makes the streak historically legitimate. Not just a hot run, but a major-backed onslaught. His numbers were equally surreal. A 68.33 scoring average. A 259 total that pushed early boundaries of low scoring. Fairways hit with eerie consistency. Greens found with surgical calm. His season didn't just set records, it redefined what dominance looked like. Modern golf could never replicate the environment. Players now focus on majors, global travel, rest, branding, and long-term health. No one logs enough starts to chase 18 wins, and no schedule offers the rhythm that fueled Nelson's streak. Nelson's 1945 season isn't just unbreakable, it feels mythical. A moment when golf briefly tipped in one man's favor and never tilted back. Twin Titans. There are two names sitting at 82 PGA Tour wins, Sam Snead and Tiger Woods. Two eras, two careers, one shared number that has become a never-ending argument. It is one of the strangest ties in sports history, like two kings somehow sharing the same throne.
I mean, 82, man. Did you see the picture circulating around?
Yes, how great was that?
A 6-year-old Tiger Woods take a picture with Sam Snead.
Fantastic.
And at one point, Sam Snead said about Tiger Woods, if he can avoid the burnout, he's going to become the greatest golfer of all time. I mean, just incredible.
Yeah, so
Snead collected wins across a long stretch of time, back when events were classified differently and tournament categories shifted from year to year. Some of his wins came from events that later got reclassified, which always fuels the debate about how official the total should be. Tiger's path to 82 came under the bright lights of the modern media era, where every shot at every event was broadcast, clipped, shared, and turned into a storyline. Snead played one style of tour, Tiger played another. The record books treat them as equal, but behind the tie, the deeper drama is about longevity and workload. For a player to reach 82 wins today, they would need multiple decades of strong play, an intense schedule, and very little time lost to injury. That path no longer matches modern career plans. Today's stars jump between global events, new leagues, signature tournaments, and slower schedules. They protect their bodies. They chase majors over weekly trophies. The economics of the sport shifted. The lifestyle shifted. The chase for wins became less important than the chase for legacy moments. Snead's story reads like folklore. He won in 6 different decades, something almost no athlete in any sport has ever done. He won events into his 60s, a detail that feels like it belongs in a tall tale. He kept showing up. He kept swinging. He aged like some mythical player who refused to listen to the clock. Tiger's road to 82 came with chaos, injury, comebacks, and massive plot twists. His final win, the one that tied Snead, came at the 2019 Zozo Championship, where he clinched the victory with emotional interviews and a trophy moment that instantly became B-roll gold for highlight reels. It shocked fans who had counted him out. It made Snead's number finally feel reachable. And then Tiger hit the brakes. Injuries returned, schedules shrank. The tie froze in time. The debate over who really owns 82 keeps the record alive. Fans argue about field strength, classification, technology, travel, and pressure. Some say Snead's number is inflated. Some say Tiger's number is harder. Some say the tie itself is the special part. But the truth is simple. The number 82 is now locked behind changes in modern golf. To match it, a player would need Snead's longevity, Tiger's explosiveness, and a calendar that no longer exists. It is a record shaped by 2 titans who ruled their eras, and who left the door locked behind them. Sacred 59. Al Geiberger's round of 59 in 1977 sits in golf like a sacred story whispered across practice greens. It happened at Colonial Country Club during the Danny Thomas Memphis Classic on June 10th, and the moment cracked open a new way of thinking about scoring. People remember the headline, the first 59 in PGA Tour history, but the deeper meaning lies in how it changed the psychology of the entire sport. Once a golfer proved that scores could break 60, the imagination of every player shifted forever.
So Al Geiberger, during the second round of the Danny Thomas Memphis Classic in 1977, became the first player in history to post a score of 59, and that's minus 13 in a PGA Tour sanctioned event.
The magic of that round mixes skill, timing, and perfect conditions. Reports describe a bogey-free walk where everything clicked, pure approaches, calm short game, and putts that rolled as if magnetized toward the hole. Some players joked that the heat softened the course. Others pointed to reachable pins that offered scoring opportunities. But the round was not luck. Geiberger had spent decades grinding, shaping his swing, and building a calm that kept him from unraveling when the stakes climbed shot after shot. That single score became a cultural meme. Coaches used it as a teaching example, telling young players that pressure melts once someone shows it can be beaten. Television replayed the highlight as a legend of possibility. Club pros passed the story down like a bedtime tale. Golfers everywhere started comparing rounds to the magic barrier, as if 60 had become the gate between normal and mythical. Geiberger even joked later that 59 is the rent, meaning players should expect to pay it once in a while. But reality disagreed. Sub-60 scores remained rare, almost supernatural. Only a handful of players ever touched that level, and Jim Furyk's 58 sits alone as the only one below Geiberger's original breakthrough. Even with modern equipment, advanced training, softer balls, and course analysis tools, rounds that low remain uncommon because everything, greens, nerves, angles, weather, must line up. The 59 still acts like a North Star. It represents a moment where golf's limits suddenly stretched. But it also stands as a reminder that breaking through a barrier does not make it easy to follow. Guy Berger carved a number into the sport that still controls how players think about greatness. No matter how many highlight reels players watch, the 59 remains sacred, stubborn, and almost untouchable. Relentless presence. Tiger Woods' streak of 142 consecutive cuts rewrote what consistency looks like in golf. Most records highlight flashes of brilliance, awards, trophies, perfect rounds. But this streak measures something much harder: weekly survival. For nearly 7 years, from 1998 to 2005, Tiger did not miss a weekend. He did more than win often. He showed up every single time, grinding through rounds when his swing felt off, when the course fought back, or when media pressure threatened to crush him. The record hides a full story. Tiger didn't just squeak into weekends, he turned cuts into contention. Week after week, he played like the tournament only started once Saturday arrived. Through the streak, golf equipment changed. Training became more intense, and media attention exploded. People followed Tiger from tee to green like a soap opera camera crew. Every gesture became a headline. And still, the streak grew. There is controversy too, the kind that stat lovers adore. Some of the events included in the streak were no-cut events, like the Tour Championship and certain charity or team tournaments. Technically, they counted. Purists argued about it. But the debate only made the streak feel bigger, like a piece of lore with tiny cracks that fans poke at to feel closer to the legend. The human side hits hardest. When the streak ended at the 2005 Byron Nelson, Tiger needed a par on the 18th hole and missed it. Just like that, the number froze at 142. The moment showed how thin the line is between dominance and disappointment. Years of grinding ended with one hole that refused to cooperate. Reporters treated it like a funeral for consistency. Modern golfers won't touch the streak because life around the sport changed. Players protect their bodies, limit schedules, and manage travel carefully. Sponsorships pull them around the world. Family priorities matter. Injuries appear faster. Mental fatigue hits harder. No one plays enough consecutive events to even flirt with 142. And even if they tried, the cut lines are tougher now, shaped by deeper global fields and new competition. Tiger's streak isn't just a number, it's a shadow stretching across the sport, reminding players that greatness also means showing up when everything feels wrong. The record stands as the loudest example of relentless presence, and a challenge that modern golf no longer allows anyone to accept. Augusta Empire. Jack Nicklaus's 6 Masters titles form one of the most mythic empires in golf. The Masters, held on the same course every year, gives players a chance at long-term mastery. Yet almost no one ever comes close. Augusta National changes its setup, its speed, and its strategy constantly, keeping even veterans on edge. But Jack made the place feel like his personal stage.
1986. Written up as done and finished earlier in the week, 46-year-old Jack Nicklaus made sure a different headline was ready for Monday. Trailing the leader by 6 with 10 to play, Nicklaus shot 30 on the second 9, leaving us with one of golf's most indelible images.
Yes, sir!
His wins stretched across decades, each adding to the idea that Augusta belonged to him. The crown jewel came in 1986, when he won at 46 years old, shocking the sports world and turning Sunday television into a wave of disbelief. On that final day, he shot a back 930, the kind of late career burst that rewrote expectations about age in professional golf. Fans talk about the putts falling as if the course itself leaned in to help the ball drop. Modern players admire the record, but the path to 6 is almost blocked by design. Tiger sits at 5 titles, but his injuries, schedule changes, and the increased difficulty of Augusta's layout make a run at 6 unlikely. The modern sport pulls stars all over the world, reducing the repeated, focused dominance that Jack used to build his Masters library. Jack also had something modern players rarely get: decades of deep personal course knowledge. His understanding of Augusta's angles, slopes, winds, and sneaky spots became legendary. He built relationships with tournament staff, studied pin positions with quiet precision, and crafted a mental map of aim and corner that seemed to belong only to him. His mastery of the place mixed everything: skill, memory, intuition, and presence. The Masters is golf's ultimate pressure cooker. Repeat champions must balance fame, expectations, and the weight of history. Jack handled all of it. He mixed power with calm, calculation with courage. The 6 green jackets represent not only trophies, but a monopoly on a single event, one that no player has truly threatened. The Augusta Empire still stands, bright as ever, daring golfers to dream, but refusing to let anyone rewrite the record. 6 records, 6 monuments. Each one sits in golf like a stubborn reminder that some peaks belong to history, not the present. These numbers shape the sport, haunt its stars, and fuel endless debate. And as each season ends without a challenger climbing close, the records tighten their grip. In golf, some legends aren't chased, they are simply honored.